I am on a roll today. I literally filmed a drugstore makeup haul, which is my last video, and then I took a little break, took my like base products off because today we're going to be testing some drugstore makeup, but mainly it's all base products. And so now I'm back. So the eyes are already on, but I have a fresh, clean face to work with. The first product I'm going to be testing out is the E.L.F. Vitamin C Putty Primer. So this is brand new from E.L.F. and this is their new addition to the Putty Primer line. And I'm excited to try this because I have the original one, which I absolutely love, but this is the vitamin C infused version. And apparently this just says it brightens and evens the skin tone, 2% vitamin C as well. It grips the makeup for all day wear. Beautiful white packaging. And the inside looks like this. So I'm excited to see if this is really gonna brighten and if we'll see a difference. So I'm gonna do it on one side of my face to see. I just almost don't even want to dig in because it looks so pretty. But let's go ahead. It has no scent. Ooh. It feels super creamy, like more creamy than the original Putty Primer. Like really, really, really creamy. Okay. So I feel like, oh my God, I love the formula. It's super, almost like, it feels like it's got a little bit of like oiliness to it, but it definitely has added a little bit of a glow. Oh yeah. This is my face with nothing. My skin is dry, but this definitely provides you with like shine, a glowy finish. But did it brighten? No. My skin looks the same, I feel like, when you look at it both sides. Yeah, this I can see being like my new favorite drugstore primer. So if you are not a fan of the original Putty Primer, I feel like you're gonna like this one a lot more because it's a lot more creamier and it gives you a glow. In terms of like blurring and smoothing like the original one does, let me have a look. Yeah, I don't think this one actually smooths out the skin or blurs it in any way. It definitely does smooth over texture, but I don't, it almost feels very oily, but I don't see it looking blurred like the original one does for me. So this is more of like a, I would say this is more like an illuminating putty primer, but it definitely, I guess my face does look awake and fresh, so it kind of does fit in with that brightening effect. Wow. So next I'm going to be testing out this brand new foundation from Makeup Revolution, and this is their IRL filter foundation, which apparently stands for in real life filter. So it's supposed to give you just a filtered look, but in real life rather than like on the phone. And this is a Longwear foundation, breathable soft matte finish, and it's in the shade F1. So I'm excited to test this out. It has up to 16-hour wear. It's oil free. I have seen amazing things about this. It also has a pump, which I love. I absolutely love that this has a pump. So let's go ahead. I hope this shade is okay for me. It's liquidy. I thought it was going to be a little thicker, but it's definitely feeling like a very lightweight liquid, like super, super lightweight. Feels like nothing. Oh, I feel like I'm going to love this. And I think I pumped way too much out, but I feel like already I can tell I'm going to love this. I hope the shade does not oxidize. Actually, it's too light, but let's see. So it has a soft matte finish, which I'm not usually a fan of matte foundations, but instantly flawless. Instantly flawless. That is as smooth as you're gonna get from a foundation. And it's a very natural finish, like it's not drying down quickly where it looks like a super cakey foundation or anything. Like it's blending super creamy into the skin. It's just melting. Yes, this is actually a very light shade for me now, but we can make it work with bronzer. I'm actually really sad about that because I was gonna go for the next shade up, like a shade darker, F2. But I just thought it was going to be too dark. So then F2 is my probably perfect shade. Like, it just almost looks like a mask, but it still feels very light on the skin. It melted into the skin. I have dry skin as well, and this definitely does not cling onto any dry patches. It looks glowy, it looks creamy, it's just melted into the skin. That primer really helped underneath as well to just kind of amp things up rather than putting it onto bare skin. But oh my god, I love how it looks. What do you guys think? It looks super smooth. Look at that. Completely even coverage throughout. It's covered everything and it's very full coverage. And it feels very lightweight. It literally feels breathable. Now, would I say it looks like a filter? Maybe, because it definitely looks super flawless and even throughout. I wouldn't say it's like super blurry or anything. It definitely looks smooth looking. It doesn't look patchy or anything, but it hasn't like blurred the skin or anything. Beautiful looking foundation, and I think for a range of skin types, because I have dry skin and this is really working, and it has dried down slightly to literally like a soft matte finish. It's still a little wet in some places, but I think giving it some time, it's still gonna have a little bit of this kind of natural finish. Like, it's not super matte, so I love that. This is probably my new favorite. I love that. So, oh, and the first ingredient is water. So it has a high percentage of water, which is why it feels, why it felt very liquidy and like lightweight and moisturizing. So I love that. Let's try some Il Makiage concealers. I know this isn't drugstore, but I did want to try these out because I won't have any other video to test them out. And they did send these over. This video is not sponsored, but I want to give them a shot. So this is the E.L.F. I'm Flawless Multi-Use Perfecting Concealers. I have two shades, one in 05, a bit darker, one in 2.5. I'm going to try the 05. So apparently this is supposed to be a multi-use concealer, which is going to cover imperfections. Oh, this is dark. Yeah, this is a dark concealer. Let's put 2.5 on top. Oh, this is a lot better. Oh yeah, that's a nice shade. And it's supposed to just like let you mimic how much coverage you want and still give a very natural satin finish. So I'm going to see how much it does cover and how it blends out. But I've really been wanting to try this. And it does say as well that it's a self-setting concealer, so you wouldn't even need to use powder. So I don't think I'm going to use powder. I think let's stick to just all creams today. This is definitely really nice. It's really almost moisturizing. Like it's very, very thin. It's not a thick concealer whatsoever. It's almost a very fluid, liquidy concealer, but it's got like this sheerness about it. So yeah, it's definitely looking a little sheer underneath the eyes. I think if you keep layering it, it would be beautiful, because they do say you can layer this because of how light the formula is. But I feel like it really blended in and almost left a little bit of a sheen as well, a little brightness underneath the eyes. So this just melted right in. I don't know if all these products are just working or if it's really just that primer underneath making everything work, because the primer was so moisturizing and glowy. But I am loving how my skin is just reflecting and how everything is melting in. So yeah, I'm really impressed with that concealer as well. It looks really good. Next, let's try, I just took everything out of the box to save time, but this is new from Makeup Revolution as well. This is the Super Dewy Liquid Bronzer. And this is in the shade Fair to Light, and it's a squeezy tube liquid bronzer, which is supposed to be a dupe for the iconic London one, which I showed in the haul. And let's see. I hope it's not orangey. Oh, it's like a mousse. It's like a moussey, almost whipped texture. That is so interesting. Isn't it supposed to come out liquid? How did it come out as a mousse? Just kind of go like that, pick it up with a brush. And it definitely melts into the skin beautifully. So let's warm up this skin, because this foundation was too light. Oh my god, why is everything looking so beautiful today? This is the first time I have liked everything back to back so far. So I was almost just about to say that this bronzer wasn't really doing anything for me, but now that I look in the monitor and in the mirror closely, I can see that it's just giving this very natural sculpted look. Like it's chiseling out my cheeks, but in a very natural way. Like it doesn't look so dark. Oh my god. And the forehead, this is ever so slightly giving a little bit of warmth. And the shade is perfect because it doesn't look orangey. Oh my god, I'm in love. I do feel like you have to keep going back in with too much though, because the brush does take it away. But you could use a sponge for this as well. Can you guys see how this is literally melting into the skin? It is melting like butter, right? Like absolutely melting like butter into the skin. It definitely has a dewy finish. The dewiness is not from the bronzer, obviously this is from the concealer and foundation, but the bronzer has a slight sheen, but nothing like they say. I'm actually glad that it's not a super dewy bronzer because I don't think I want that from my bronzer. This shade is perfect. If you are fair like me, get this shade, fair to light. They don't have many to choose from, but it's like a beautiful, warm, almost has a little bit of a pink in there rather than orange, like a little bit of this pinkiness in the bronzer, which I love. So it just gives you this really subtle, warm glow without looking too orange and too crazy. I'm in love with that. I'm absolutely in love with that. I think more than the iconic London one. And the texture isn't super liquidy. It's got this moussey texture. So it actually just blends into the skin and stays put rather than it being super liquidy. So I think you guys are really going to love that product. But next, I'm going to be trying a also cream blush. We're going for all the creams today. This one is the E.L.F. Luminous Putty Blush. To save time, it's in the shade Maui. And I am so excited to try this because this is brand new from them. I love their original putty blushes, but the luminous one, let's go all out. So this is what it looks like. Let's swatch it. I do have nails, but ooh, it's almost like a lip tint formula where if you were to get like a lip balm in those little pots, it has that same like oily kind of lip balm formula. So let's put it here. Oh, yeah, it definitely has like a lip balm feel, tint, where it just kind of just melts into the skin and provides a little bit of a tint. So it actually didn't give too much color, but I'm not mad about it. It looks pretty. The only thing I am not liking is there are tons of gold glitter specks coming out. Like literally, there's glitter all over my hand and my finger. Let's see. Let's give it a go. So I'm going to go in with the same brush and pick up, oh, picks up a lot. Just go in and see. So I really wanted this to be more glowy than glittery, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's just in the swatch. So let's see. This is the shade Maui. And it feels a little different than the original putty blush. This one feels a lot more like it melts into the skin, like a little bit of an oily, lip balmy texture, whereas the other one is creamy. It's definitely got more of a cream blush feel and a little more putty, whereas this one definitely has a little more like slip to it. So I wonder if it would stay in place. I will keep you guys updated. I hope I remember in the description box of how everything wore. Bear in mind, these are all creams, so if you don't set them with a powder, they won't last as long. But for the sake of this video, I don't want to add powder. I just want to leave everything how it is. This is beautiful. Does it have glitter? No. It doesn't. So looking up close, it doesn't have that glitter, like those glitter specks. It just kind of disappears and melts into the skin, I guess. But on the hand, if you were to buff it in, then you can see the glitter dispersing on the hand. But on the cheeks, I am not seeing like gold glitter or anything like that. It definitely just looks super luminous. This is a beautiful shade. Again, if you're fair, I mean, they have 5 other shades, so there's 6 shades in total. Ranging from like brights to a little bit of a deeper shade. But I think this one is great because you can really build this up. Whereas the other ones, I assume, would be a little more on the pigmented side. So I actually really like this one because it's a nice soft pink. Super, 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 super natural. It doesn't look anything crazy. Again, I feel like I could literally just put this all over my skin and it's never gonna look too much or like I'm putting pink blush everywhere. Next, I'm going to be testing out this product from Made by Mitchell. These are the Blursh lights that he launched. This is in the shade Nova Nights, and I am so excited to try this. So it is a beautiful bronze, glowy, peachy champagne. And I'm just going to directly apply this to the cheekbones, to the high points, as if we need any more glow, and a little up here. Let's see. I did apply this on the eyes in my haul. So this is what I have on the eyes as well, just in the center. And it looks beautiful. Let's take this duo fiber one. Oh yeah. Okay, so it does set fairly quickly. So I am going to quickly work with it. The same thing did happen with the liquid blushes that he has. No, this one's actually melting in quite a bit. Yeah, okay, so this one does give you more playtime, but it's still, I can see setting slightly, whereas the other ones, they set really quickly. Like as soon as it's on the skin, it's set. So this still, I think with this duo fiber brush, it's helping. It's just melting into the skin. So this glass glow is from that right there. Beautiful shade. What I love is that it doesn't look dark. It doesn't look like it's gold or pink or silvery. It just looks like a very natural wet glow. Does that make sense? Like it usually when you put on highlighter, you can see if it's golden, if it's bronzy, if it's pinky. I feel like with this, it just looks like almost a clear liquid highlighter. I know that sounds really weird, but tell me you guys see what I'm seeing. Like it just, I don't really see it color coming from it. It just looks like a glow. So this could go with a lot of different looks, different blushes, different lip colors, different eye looks, because it looks so naturally glowy. It kind of looks like my skin, like it kind of looks like my skin in a highlighter. I can't explain, but oh my god, I am dying over all of these products. So this is what this one looks like. Technically not drugstore, but you can get it on TikTok at the moment for like £5 or £7, which is a drugstore price when they originally retail for about £17 or £18. And TikTok never runs out of these, and the price is always at that price. So just download TikTok just to buy these, because it's amazing for that price. I wouldn't pay full price for it. I mean, I would pay full price for it, but if you can pay it for a cheaper price, then why not? So yeah, I love it. Again, it's in the shade Nova Nights. This is the Maybelline SuperStay Vinyl Ink Liquid Lipstick. I picked this up in the shade Cheeky, and it's supposed to be a liquid lipstick, apparently with a shimmery, not shimmery, a glossy finish, I think. And these are supposed to be long lasting. They're supposed to give you a full opaque color and pigment straight away as well. So that's a little close up of that one. Ooh. Oh my god, this has like a vanilla cupcake scent. So this looks like a beautiful, oh yeah, very beautiful pink rosy brown. Let's just try it. Love, love, love that applicator. That's a really beautiful lip color. Doesn't go with the eyes, but oh wow, they really made magic with this product, because this super opaque straight away, and it makes your lips look like a model, like 90s model lip, just big and just the perfect nude. This color, it does feel tacky and sticky, so I hope that does go. That's the only thing. But the way it looks and the color is beautiful. Okay. Oh, it's really sticky. Why is that? Is it supposed to be like that? Maybe I didn't shake it enough. Oh, I don't like it now. Oh my god, it's so sticky. I like it, but I'm not down with the stickiness. So You guys can take what you want from that video. I hope you guys enjoyed this first impressions of this new drugstore makeup. Let me know if you've tried any of these, if you're going to be picking anything up, and what did you like from this video. If there were one thing to take away from this video, which one is it? I hope you guys found it very helpful as well. Leave me all your thoughts down below. Give this video a thumbs up and let me know if you want to see more like this. Until next time, I will speak to you guys all in my next video.